Okay, so I spent yesterday scrolling through fan forums so you don't have to, and the vibe right now is something I genuinely did not expect to be saying in March. Real Madrid fans are happy, like actually, properly happy.
Madre mia, happy after what we went through in February, after Getafe, after Osasuna. Tio, we earned this happiness, every single drop of it.
And the interesting thing is, it's not just happiness about the result. It's this growing, slightly terrifying consensus that Arbeloa actually knew what he was doing all along. One fan on Reddit put it perfectly. I owe Arbeloa about 40 apologies, and I'm not sure I'm ready to give them yet.
Ha, that is exactly it. That is the emotional journey. Because yesterday we found out he spent nearly 10 hours at Valdebebas the day after the City match. 10 hours, working with his staff. This man is not winging it.
Right. And then you layer on top of that the detail about Güler marking Haaland. Because fans were confused watching the game. Why is the attacking midfielder tracking back onto the Norwegian? And it turns out it was completely premeditated, documented, rehearsed. Arbeloa had studied Haaland's movement patterns and figured that Güler's energy and positioning were the perfect disruptor.
And it worked. Haaland touched the ball 10 times, Maria, 10 times. Rudiger basically erased him from the match, but the whole defensive structure around that started with Güler's pressing. Que barbaridad. A 20-year-old Turkish attacking midfielder is your anti-Haaland weapon and it works. Only at Real Madrid.
The Arbeloa conversation is genuinely fascinating to me right now because the fan base has completely flipped. Remember, it was only a few weeks ago that half the socios wanted him gone. And now, people are making these comparisons. Mourinho, Ancelotti, the great Madrid coaches, asking where Arbeloa fits in that lineage.
I think that's a little premature, vamos. Let's not give the man a statue yet. But what I will say is this. He has earned the right to be trusted. He has earned the right for us to say, okay, Tio, what's the plan? And actually wait to see the plan instead of screaming into the void.
Fair. And I think the smartest fans are landing in that place. Not Arbeloa is the greatest tactician in history, but we should stop assuming we know more than him, which for this fan base is actually a massive shift.
Okay, but we cannot spend this whole episode celebrating because, venga, there is a match tomorrow. Elche, LaLiga. And I have to be honest, the mood around this one feels very weird.
Weird is the right word. Because on one hand, you're coming off the highest of highs, 3-0 against City, the fan base euphoric. On the other hand, you look at the injury list and it's still a horror show. Bellingham out until mid-April, Mbappé still unknown, Rodrigo gone until December, Militao and Alaba not back until late March.
And people are starting to ask, and I think this is a fair question, can we actually maintain this intensity in La Liga with the same limitations? Because City is City, the motivation is different, the adrenaline carries you. But Elche on a Saturday, that's a different psychological challenge.
Elche are not a pushover, let's be clear about that. Their squad has some real quality. Andre Silva up front, Rafa Mir, Álvaro Rodríguez, who Real Madrid fans will know very well, and Federico Redondo in midfield, which is always going to be a talking point given the surname.
Oh, Redondo's son. Every time I see that name, I do a double take. But yes, the point stands. This is not a free 3 points. And the big tactical question fans are asking is, does Arbeloa rotate after the City effort, or does he trust the same core?
That starting 11 against City was genuinely surprising. Thiago Pitarch got a start, which tells you how thin the squad is. And those players are going to need minutes managed carefully if we want any kind of depth going forward.
Valverde has played every single minute of every big game this season. Every single one. And I love Fede with everything I have, but madre mia, the man needs a rest at some point before his legs just fall off.
This is the Valverde dilemma, and it has no good answer. You rest him and you lose control of the midfield. You play him and you risk burning out the one player who is genuinely irreplaceable right now. And fans are very aware of this tension. I've seen multiple threads about it this week.
One thing I do want to mention, because this is the kind of thing that gets lost in the big match noise, there's been some transfer talk floating around. Mateo Moretto apparently dropping hints about a transferable player at the club, and the fan base is already speculating wildly.
I saw that. And I think the honest answer is, in a squad this size, with this many players, it could be almost anyone outside the core 11. But the timing is interesting because it keeps coming up alongside the injury crisis conversation. Like, who do you move on when your depth is already being tested this severely?
The injury crisis is the context for everything right now, Tio. Every conversation about transfers, about rotation, about the title race, it all comes back to that treatment room. Mastantuono is back from suspension at least, which feels like a small win.
Mastantuono available is genuinely useful, and fans seem cautiously excited about potentially seeing him get minutes against Elche if Arbeloa decides to protect some of the City starters. He's been the exciting young wildcard that nobody was talking about 6 months ago.
Look, my bottom line on Elche is this. We have to win it. We are in a title race, we have momentum after City, and Elche at home is exactly the kind of match where you bank 3 points and keep the pressure on. No excuses, no, we're tired from City. Hala Madrid, you go and you win.
And I think that's where the sensible part of the fan base lands too. The emotional hangover from City is real, but the best supporters are already locked in on Elche. The title race doesn't pause for celebrations.
Right. So, tomorrow morning, we are back here before the match, same time, 7 o'clock, and we will do our full Elche preview with whatever Arbeloa gives us in terms of lineup hints. And then the match is tomorrow afternoon, so Saturday, we give you the full reaction. Venga, that's the plan.
That's the plan. And if you have been one of the fans who doubted Arbeloa this season, and listen, we all have, there's no shame in it. Maybe take a moment today to sit with the fact that sometimes the guy in the dugout knows things we don't. Just a thought. See you tomorrow, Tio.
A la Madrid y nada más. We'll be here. Don't be late.